In this video, I'm gonna show you exact steps that I took for making this sketch from basic pen and paper into this type of final result. It's not a very long process, and if you are new to channel, I'm gonna use Vizcom. It is a design platform that I'm a brand ambassador of. And you can check it yourself at vizcom.com, start a free account and start experimenting. So let's go to the sketch, how it all started. If you watched my previous video about the brief, there I mentioned my workshop design lab, and the brief I picked was the villain car. And I was thinking about a villain, which is like a technology person who has maybe the biggest AI company and so on. And that's why on the car, on the sketch itself, rather than going into traditional long hood, long bonnet type of mafia car villain type, I wanted to get a bit more story. The story was, you can see the silhouette of the driver here. He's the villain, using this brutal looking car, like a very different proportions, and the reason is on the back here there would be some sort of a bunker. So in case of an attack, a cyber attack or like a physical attack, he can just go back here and hide there for months. So he would have like a totally offline systems and be safe there. I mean, if the attack happens during driving, he at least has a place to hide for a while. So I took this sketch and I used two different approaches. The first one is the legacy, the render, which is actually on my AI for car design course right now. It is from 2 years ago, so it's not up to date, the course itself. I'm gonna update it. However, there we use a lot of render legacy features. And on the bottom, I use the newer features, which is the modify, that I do a couple of videos on my YouTube channel already, but it's not in the course itself yet. So on the first one, on the render legacy, my goal was to get some sort of like a base Photoshop shading. And this is what we got. For example, I guess I picked this one. Let's see the image properties, image details. It was 100% car shading, 100% drawing influence, concept car from side view. So I picked this sketch, used 100% of car shading style, and I got this result. This is one of the favorites. As I see, I also like that one, but I didn't go to this direction. And here on the modify, I use different prompts like render this sketch as Blender render, keep the design same, or concept car, like a very minimal prompt, or let's see, this is also the concept car. Here I did this like render this sketch, concept car digital sketch. So I used more prompts here to make this modify tool to render for me, but I didn't like those results. Some of them are totally off and like a ridiculous. Some of them going into different directions, but very generic feeling. I mean, if you're a beginner, you generally get excited with, wow, look at this reflections and the surfaces. I like it too, it's nice. But overall, when I see the car, it is definitely off proportions and it's not what I had in mind when I was doing this sketch. So I didn't go into this direction directly. What helps most of the cases is because we went direct from sketch to modify. What I like more is sketch to get into this sort of level with Vizcom, and then go to Photoshop, and on Photoshop I just change some surfaces, add some details and make the color contrast, and then put it back to modify. After this point, because we have more information in the sketch itself, modify works way better. Here I say put the car in another environment, and it ended up kind of like a concept art drawing. Here, make it realistic. Let's see the prompt. Make it realistic materials, keep the design same. Black R has half transparent, half glossy black. I'm not sure what I tried to write with this prompt, but this was the result. And here, put the car in another environment again. I probably deleted some of the results and I kept 3 of them that I liked. And then make it realistic. It was from the same prompt with this one, make the materials realistic type of prompt. And this was a good result already. I kind of like it, like it captures the essence of my sketch. And when you add this interior and the transparency and so on, it looks pretty cool. And then, now let's talk about something maybe we didn't talk before, which is taking this into the next level, basically by using a mood board. But how to create a mood board? Like, we will not go to Photoshop and create a mood board from Pinterest and from different places like we used to do, at least I used to do a lot. Now, I wanted to have the vibes of this Audi Concept C, and then I put this into a modify box, and I said make a mood board of surfaces and materials, show the surface treatment as well. So I got some mood boards based on this Audi. Some of them are way too much Audi, some of them are like this one is a bit more abstract version, and it seems like I picked this one. This was my mood board. And then I combined this generated mood board with this side view, and I used a couple of prompts like render 1, probably it was the sketch, with the influence of 2 is the mood board. Render 1 with the influence of 2, keep the design same. I generated multiple results. These are probably not directly like I did 3 and 3 of them are good. It's not like that, but these are the ones that I like as I see. And design, as you see, we didn't have any rear view or front view, so it made a guesswork generated design for us based on the mood board. So it's a good start. You see they're completely different rear ends, but it works. I mean, it gives me the understanding of the volumes and the proportions of the car. Here you can see the modify box, like this is the first image, this is the second image. And here we have some other results with kind of like a red interior, would be fun. And then after I picked the ones that I like, as I see, I also did like hyper-realistic detail shots. So this can also inspire you for your ideation phase. Like for the rear lights, it directly got from the mood board, which is from the Audi Concept C. Some material details. I quite like this detail shots because even if it's not like directly for using right now, it might inspire me for some next stages of the design process. This is not the project that I picked, by the way. For Design Lab, I went to another direction and designed a completely different car, but it was a good practice to show how to use Viscom in different ways. And then the next step, like after I got those images, I wanted to put the car in another environment again, but again, I wanted to influence it myself rather than just prompting. So I went to Net Car Show and I picked this Bugatti because I liked the environment. I didn't want to get the car influence, but I wanted to get environment this time. So the first thing was remove the car, and we got the environment itself, even if there's like a hidden one here on the shadow. So first I picked this image and then combined it with the side view results from here. And I said, put the car into this environment, like take this car and put it onto this environment. Some of the results were good, some of them were bad, because when it generates the car from different angles, sometimes it gets too much influenced or too much generic, and it's ruining the design that I had in mind. So many of them are not directly useful, but it's totally fine because you can just generate more. That's the approach you need to get with Viscom. You need to generate more than once, and you will get the ones, like you will pick the ones you like and then you will develop them further. So it's not like one click and done type of situation. And then I also generated a mood board of this. I'm not sure if I even deleted this mood board, but you can see here. So I said use this as a mood board and then put the car, like change the environment of 1 based on 2. Again, I did the same mood board trick with this Audi we did. Show the car from same angle. So if I want exactly the same angle, I edit this part. If I don't want, I sometimes put the side view and different results as well. So here you can see many of those results inspired by. So it's not like directly taking the Bugatti image photo and then put the car in it, like replacing it, but it's also generating different type of environment based on it. And then when I like some of the results, I again said zoom in, detailed, hyper realistic shot. For example, this one, you can see the materials, more cinematic way, some details. And this is like the way I approach it is not like having a final project just done like this in half an hour, 1 hour, whatever. Oh, here are the mood boards. But the goal is creative process. Like, okay, I had a sketch, I had an idea, but what alternatives I can get from this idea? I didn't have the rear view yet, but once this is generated, I'm like, oh, okay, this might be one of the directions. It doesn't mean I have to pick and finalize the project, but it might be inspiring me for my next sketch, or I might really like it and I might directly use it as well. Here something interesting happened. I think it mixed the Bugatti with the input. Like this one is completely different, but I also like it. So it's more like a decision making now and then developing the further. So as you see, there is not like a one tool, like one feature, you just put your sketch and render it, because I hear and I see many times people who start Viscom, they take a sketch, they put it into modify box, and then they're like, oh, I'm disappointed. It doesn't work. AI is not good enough. AI doesn't help me. Yeah, like, you know, it's not like one click solution. That's why I love Viscom, because you are part of the process. You guide the process step by step. You develop it still manually with Photoshop. you still sketch, you get the results, and you can develop them further. It's not like putting it like on ChatGPT and say, hey, make this car realistic, and then you get one result. And it is an amazing workflow here. All right, I hope this video inspired you, gave you an idea about alternative approaches to Viscom. You can use this mood board idea. I really like using it for getting fantastic results. And I hope you enjoyed the video. If you are new to the channel and if you want to see more car design content, don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.